At 12:49 a.m. on July 6th, Sonya calling 911 herself to report a disturbance.
It sounds like somebody was banging on the side of my house. I don't know. Oh, could y'all come and see?
30-year-old Sean Grayson and his partner arriving at Sonya's doorstep in response.
What do you need help with?
Nothing. I just wanted to see if I could help me.
Things quickly escalating when Sonya asks to take a boiling pot of water off the stove.
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the pot! Drop the pot! Drop the 19 shots fired. Shots fired! Shots fired!
The body cam footage shows Grayson shooting Massey, something he has not denied. Grayson, charged with murder, is being held without bond and has pleaded not guilty.
R.I.P. to Sonya Massey, man. Heartfelt condolences to her family and her loved ones for such a horrific and senseless tragedy. Losing her life to this coward right here. Sorry, low-down, degenerate Sean Grayson, who senselessly took this lady's life for absolutely no reason at all. There's no reason why this woman shouldn't be alive right now. Just to show you how dirty and insidious and wicked this clown is. When the incident first occurred, listen to how he first reported it to dispatch.
Dispatch initially reporting Massey shot herself.
They're now saying self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, right? Killed this woman and then lied and said that the gunshot wound was self-inflicted. This is the type of things that happen when you allow pieces of shit like this to become police officers. You understand? Yo, salute to my man Kevlar Coleon for sending me this footage of the daughter who had something very interesting she had to say about the last time she spoke to her mother before this tragic incident occurred. So let's check that out real quick.
My mom told me when she talked to me that she gave me specific names. I won't tell y'all, but she did tell me that the police was gonna kill her or these other people. And I'm like, why is that? And then after that, I didn't talk to her until like about 2 days later, and she was like, she had told me her exact words is, "They gonna kill mommy, baby." And I got mad. We had gotten to it, and I'm like, stop saying that because you're gonna speak down upon yourself. And then the day, like 30 minutes before she died, she called me and she texted me asking what I was doing, but I didn't reply because I was asleep. But the day before that, I talked to her. She was like, "I love you." She always just kept saying, "I love you, I love you." And then she texted me. She said, "God always wins, and Mom loves you." And then I was supposed to go home with her that night too, but I was like, no, because I knew something was off. I was like, I'm just having my dad bring me in the morning. And the next morning came like 8 o'clock that morning. I told my dad I tried to call my mom back, and then that's when he told me that she was killed.
Damn, that was deep. Why did Miss Massey have this idea, these thoughts, that the police were out to get her? Now, it is known that she is known to suffer from some mental health issues, but you have to admit, that's a hell of a delusion, and for that delusion to manifest itself the very next day has to make one raise an eyebrow. But listen, for me, I'm not going to make a sweeping indictment of all police, but this is the issue. We have to have a better vetting process. I feel there has to be better measures in place. When you vet these potential police officers, we have to know their affiliations, get deep into their social media, find out who they're associated with, make sure they're not affiliated with any white nationalists or white extremist groups. It's already been known for years that white nationalists and extremists have infiltrated law enforcement. It's always an issue when you have these Nazis policing inner city neighborhoods and communities. And let's just be clear, man. For anybody who may not know, just to educate you, black communities and other communities are policed extremely different. Taking this particular incident, for example, those police came out, they were supposed to assist this lady. There was no reason for this lady to wind up at the end losing her life. Understand? Once they gave assistance, that was it. There was no need for them to be in her house, questioning her about a car that was in her driveway supposedly, and then in her house questioning her as far as her identification and things of that nature when they already knew who she was because they had already been out there prior that day to an earlier call she had made. They were well aware that she did suffer from some mental health issues. This was the thing. Once they came out and they saw that there was no threat either to herself or to others, their job was done. They should have been, Miss Massey, if you need any more assistance, please don't hesitate to call us. We will come back out. But right now, everything appears to be fine.
What took you so long to answer the door?
Oh, I was trying to put on some clothes, sir.
You doing all right mentally?
Yes.
Sure?
My medicine and stuff.
All right.
Once inside her Springfield home, Deputy Grayson asked Massey to check on the stove.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
The situation quickly escalates.
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
I
Rebuke you in the name of
You better not. I swear to God, I'll shoot your ear.
If you were so threatened or you thought it was going to be a problem, why didn't you go get or tend to the pot and turn the stove off or what have you? That woman was no threat whatsoever. And another thing is, anyone in the black community, especially if you have religious parents or grandparents, know that this is an old saying amongst our people when they say, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. She wasn't threatening him. She was simply telling him that he was being silly for jumping back because she had the water. Anyone in the black community could easily have interpreted that's exactly what that woman meant by saying what she said. I don't get why he was so threatened by the idea of rebuking him in the name of Jesus. But that's an old saying since way back within our community. You understand? So she was not threatening him with the pot of water. Yeah, so anyone that's trying to remotely suggest that by her making that statement, rebuking him in the name of Jesus, you need to stop that, because that's a lot of foolishness and it's very silly and it's very dangerous, in my opinion. And then you got this idiot right here, this clown, Sheriff Jack Campbell, who was responsible for hiring this clown in the first place. He's explaining now, trying to cover his ass because he knows that by all rights, this fucking idiot should have never been on the police force to begin with.
It would disqualify him from being a police officer in Illinois. In fact, he'd been hired by 5 other agencies, and he'd been certified by the state of Illinois 6 different times to be a police officer here. So there was nothing in his background that would prevent him from being a police officer. We gave him all the training, all the equipment and tools that he needed. He had the experience he needed. He and he alone was responsible for this. There was no way you could predict a violent act that he committed on July the 6th. We are devastated as to why he snapped. When my men and women watched the body cam footage, they were devastated. They were horrified because they know that is not police officers. That is not a Sangamon County Sheriff's deputy. That is a rogue individual that made a decision for whatever reason that we'll probably never know to commit that act. And he is in jail right now awaiting adjudication. Yes, the vetting process has worked very well for a long time. This is an individual that acted outside the scope of his authority, the scope of our policies and procedures in the law. You can't predict that. There's no connection between mistakes you made when you were young and committing a violent act like that.
He should have never been a police officer. So all that shit sound good, but at the end of the day, say what you want, say what you will, but again, white privilege is real, and if this isn't a blatant example of it, then I don't know what is.
Dispatch initially reporting Massey shot herself.
They're now saying self-inflicted.
Massey's family calling it a police cover-up and urging the Sangamon County Sheriff to resign.
She's got my baby's blood on his hands. He needs to go. So if he doesn't resign, he's going to go.
I mean, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the face.
What made him kill my daughter?
James Wilburn is Massey's father.
A person like that, because of his white privilege, allows him to think he can do something like that and get away with it.
Mad props and respect to Sonya Massey's father, Mr. James Wilburn. Yo, I respect that man to the fullest, because he's standing on BI for real. You understand? They sticking a microphone in his face. That man said, I want justice for my daughter. You understand? He ain't been going out like the rest of these coons in the past. So many times we've seen, as soon as they stick a microphone in their face, it's talking about, do you forgive? I forgive. Because Jesus said we supposed to forgive. Nah, motherfucker, you just thinking about that check that's waiting for you. And I'm very ashamed of black people that would sell their family members out, their loved ones, for any amount of money. You understand? There's no amount of money that you could put on the price or value of a life. And for anybody that would stand there and talk that bullshit, in my eyes, you're a straight up coon. I just want for the record, if anything happened to any of my loved ones or anyone close to me that I care about and some shit like that happened, and you come sticking a microphone in my face talking about forgive, I'm going to tell you just like this. First of all, take that microphone out of my face. I want justice. And when justice is received, then and only then, I may entertain the idea of forgiveness, but not until justice is received. And justice can come in many forms. But yeah, man, props to my man, Mr. James Wilburn, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling my man, and I have mad respect for him. And my heart goes out to him once again, losing his daughter in such a tragic way. My much heartfelt condolences goes out to the family of Sonya Massey. You know, that was a very, very sad and horrific situation. Hit me in the comments and let me know how you feel about this Sonya Massey situation. Do you think that Sean Grayson was justified in shooting her? Or do you agree with me that he needs to be prosecuted to the full extent of the law? Hit me in the comments and let me know. Until then, everybody, stay safe and be well.
You don't believe in me, but I believe